Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. That's Lem.
That's Flem.
And we are Flem and Lem. Alright, tell us what we got coming up today.
Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Happy national holiday. I'm thinking it should be. I've been saying it for years. We got breaking down Super Bowl, big plays, momentum, all the crazy stats. We have to talk NFL awards, including Hall of Fame, MVP, all that stuff. Anthony Davis, a little bit of basketball, but it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's go.
First off, we want to give a huge shout out to SpongeBob, the Avengers, and that awesome NFL commercial for really entertaining us during the game. A little bit of Adam Levine too, because Maroon 5 was pretty good, but specifically we had some good commercials. A little disappointed that they didn't play Sweet Victory, but oh well. We're also going to break down the game. We got big performances, momentum switchers. I'm going to tell you how my bold predictions were so incredibly wrong, but how I got something right too. Flem, let me get your thoughts.
Alright, so Super Bowl wasn't what we imagined it was going to be. Pretty much a defensive game. Entertainment, kind of lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
But we did get to see Tom Brady win his 6th Super Bowl, solidify the GOAT conversation. But I think that the real winner of today's game was the Patriots defense.
Yep.
Secondary shut down the Rams offense. Rams wide receivers couldn't get any separation. Made it tough for Jared Goff, and that's what won him the Super Bowl.
He had nowhere to go the whole night. Nowhere to go. Stephon Gilmore, one of the best corners, if not the best corner in the league, shut down whoever he was on the whole game.
Yeah.
Gurley didn't do anything in the rush or the pass game. The Patriots defense was the story.
Yeah, Jared Goff couldn't get comfortable in the
Yeah.
game. Blitz packages for the Patriots was amazing.
Yep.
Kept Goff on his toes. Couldn't get comfortable in the pocket, and just ultimately couldn't make the throws.
Yep.
Couldn't get him down the field.
If you remember from last week, we're going to go over our predictions real quick. So mine might have been one of the coldest takes I've ever made, turns out. I said 45-42 Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I'll shut that down right there. Nothing happened. I was stupid going for the big ticket. But
Yeah.
I said Jared Goff was going to be the MVP, and I was right. He was the MVP for the Patriots because he was so bad.
Well, the Rams, so throughout the entire regular season, they were second in yards per game and in scoring per game, and they just got completely shut down.
Yeah.
The lowest score by an individual team since Super Bowl 6.
Uh-huh.
3 points. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they had to offer. And it comes down to they couldn't make the big play. When they finally did get some momentum, Jared Goff had that terrible interception.
Yep.
And I just killed it. Killed momentum.
So let's break down the game a little bit.
Let's do it.
First drive, Tom Brady throws this interception, a poorly thrown ball, and I was like, holy crap. The Rams are here to play. They've already got a first possession turnover.
Yeah.
I thought this was big time money. Couldn't do anything. 3 and out, I think, on that.
3 and out. I mean, whenever you pick off Tom Brady first possession, you got to think,
Big time.
is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this when the Rams going to take over the game?
Yep.
Have their high-scoring offense and
Mhm.
come out guns blazing, but it didn't happen.
Then the Patriots get the ball back. Gostkowski misses that field goal, and it was so funny. CBS had just put up the graphic that said no kicker had missed in that stadium in Atlanta the entire year. And then perfect timing, he misses.
Gostkowski. You don't see that happen much.
Yeah, great kicker. Been one of the best for a long time.
I think also one major point of the game is that Patriots offense could move the ball. They shot themselves in the foot a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And, I mean, you guys saw the game. The offenses were just kind of stagnant. I mean, that's just what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But MVP, Julian Edelman, great game.
Mm-hmm.
Great game.
He played awesome.
10 receptions, 141 yards. Not that this stat was interesting. He averaged per play, per route, 3.89 yards of separation, which is way above league average. And to put that in perspective, the most by a Rams player was Brandon Cooks, and he had 2.53. And that's half of that came at the last drive, the garbage time.
Yeah.
But you give Tom Brady that much separation, it's game over.
Edelman had his second most yards in a game this season.
Yeah.
It was interesting. His highest was the playoff game against San Diego. So it's clear that Edelman comes to play in the playoffs.
He does.
141 yards was amazing. Like he played so well. Sony Michel played really good too. But Edelman deserved the MVP.
He did.
What might have been the biggest momentum switcher though was that deep throw to Gronk that put them on the 2 or the 1, whatever it was.
Yeah. That put him in position to score.
Yep.
And
that's when they scored.
Yeah, Michelle puts it in. Let's talk about Brady.
Yeah.
Not his best game in the Super Bowl. It kind of felt like a Brady-esque game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were moving the ball down the field. But he didn't have the big play. No touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yep.
Just kind of
It wasn't a Tom Brady game. We looked it up. 25.8 passer rating. Worst inning in Super Bowl, and he's been to, what, 9? 9 of them?
9.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was great the whole regular season, and he was great against San Diego, and he played great against the Kansas City. But
if you look at efficiency-wise, 21 for 38, 262, that's not terrible.
No.
But with the no touchdowns, no big money plays.
That Gronk play was it.
That was
and
it.
Gronk made a great catch.
He did.
Transitioning, if you want to talk quarterback, my MVP, Jared Goff, was bad. I don't know if there's a better way to say it. He just didn't play well. He had, if you want to continue with big plays of the game, that missed throw. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, McCourty made a great play to jar it loose. We're talking about the throw to Brandon Cooks in the back of the end zone. Yeah, McCourty made he made a good play. Like if he wasn't there, they would have scored. But Cooks was so wide open, and Goff just threw it late. Like that's a play an NFL quarterback has to make in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, Jared Goff at the beginning of the season, MVP talks.
Yeah.
I mean, he was tearing up NFL defenses.
Yep.
Leading the league, and he was right there with Patrick Mahomes in yards per game.
Yep.
You cannot miss that throw.
Yep.
You're playing the Patriots, who always come out prepared. Defense is always there. You have to.
They don't make mistakes, Patriots.
No.
So they made one, and he didn't come up with it. If you want to put Jared Goff's game perspective, I looked up my research. 57.9 pass rating, second worst of the season. 50% completion percentage, second lowest of the season. 24 yards was his long. That's the second lowest of the season, which means he didn't throw the deep ball. No. And then 6.0 yards per completion, second lowest. So he had his second worst game of the year. The first one was against the Bears, but he didn't play well. They didn't throw the deep ball. He wasn't completing a lot of the passes. He just wasn't doing stuff.
And that's what I'm wondering about this Rams offense in the playoffs. Where was the high-powered offense?
Yeah,
the throws downfield, the separation. I mean, you have Gurley, you have Cooks, and you have Woods.
Yep.
Where's the high-powered offense?
Mm-hmm.
So my MVP pick, Aaron Donald. Plain simply, he didn't do much tonight. He had 1 tackle solo, 4 assisted tackles.
Yep.
I mean the Patriots they game planned around Aaron Donald because obviously defensive player of the year. Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
But there was no impact on the game.
Yeah.
The Rams didn't have a single person who impacted the game positively. And that came out to show. I mean, Brady was sacked once. If you don't put Brady under pressure, he'll pick you apart.
Yep.
And that's how we saw him and Edelman have that connection throughout the entire game.
It just wasn't there. It was disappointing.
Yeah.
I think everyone who was watching was like, "What's going on?" Because we all wanted Rams Chiefs.
Yeah.
Get that 100-point total game again, and we were just like, "What is this?" Like,
I tell you who's most upset.
Who?
That's the Saints. That's
Reggie.
the Saints. That's the Saints.
Yeah.
They
can't be happy.
This game they were already talking about maybe having an asterisk on the Rams for this Super Bowl.
That's sad.
And then you score 3 points.
That's sad.
You can't. You gotta do better than that. I mean, Saints fans have got to be livid. I mean, even me as a neutral fan, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Rams or the Saints.
Yep.
But you have to wonder what would the game have been like if Taysom Hill's on that field.
Nah. Todd Gurley's another storyline.
Todd Gurley, yeah.
10 carries, 35 yards. Here are my stats for him too. Third worst rushing yards this season, and that includes New Orleans where he was hurt or didn't play or was awful. So his pretty much second worst game. 1 catch. You want to guess how many yards he had for that catch?
It was -1?
-1. Like, so in the playoffs, in the 3 games he played in the playoffs, 4 catches, 5 yards. In the regular season, he averaged 9.8 yards per reception. He averaged if you threw it to him, you're going to get a first down. 4 catches, 5 yards?
Yeah.
1 catch in the Super Bowl? This is one of the best receiving backs out of the backfield in our generation, and he did nothing. And that's on Gurley, and I think that's also on Jared Goff for not getting it to him.
I want to talk a little bit about Sean McVay. We know he's an offensive mastermind. I mean, we can put it a little bit on players, but I didn't see much ingenuity either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where was the... Sometimes you got to create plays to get people... And they did. I mean, Goff missed the throw.
Yeah.
But got to kind of talk about that a little bit.
I agree.
Is there an overreaction to Sean McVay?
I don't think there's an overreaction. I think you can compare McVay and Goff as two highly talented... Like, the Rams are going to be back.
Yeah,
just like the Chiefs will be back. Highly talented coach, highly talented quarterback. All of them are really good. Both of them are really good. They just... Bright lights.
Yeah.
Against...
I mean,
you go against...
They're both young.
Yeah.
They've both never been in this position.
Yep.
They're both young, and the youth showed tonight, and they're playing against seasoned.
Yep.
I mean, the most seasoned in NFL history.
Yeah.
No one else has been able to do what the Patriots have done.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people realize it, but there's some people that don't realize how hard it is in the NFL to keep going every year to the Super Bowl.
To do this.
I mean, we see it in basketball all the time.
Yep.
We see it in baseball a little bit. Like the top teams stay close to the top teams. Think about the latest NFC teams. Falcons. They might have been last in NFC South this year. Panthers.
Third place. Yeah.
Third place.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers, they tanked at the end of the season.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to keep it up year in and year out. And Brady and Belichick, they do it every year.
Yeah.
And they're going to be back.
I mean, we know the stats. This is his 18th year. He's been to the Super Bowl 9 times, half of them. He's won 6. He's won 33% in his 18 years. A third of those seasons, he's won the Super Bowl. That's ridiculous.
I was told a stat today by a close friend that it is more likely for Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl than it is for most NBA players to make a shot.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
And we get to witness that.
Yeah, and
for good or for bad, we get to witness it.
I want to make an announcement. If you hate the Patriots, unless you have a crazy reason to for example, let me get personal for a second. Diehard Colts fan. My jersey of the week is Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
I loved the Patriots-Colts rivalry. It was amazing, and I hated the Patriots because the Colts stood a legitimate chance to win the Super Bowl every year.
Every year.
And Brady beat them. So I hated the Patriots for that reason. Now, though, if you hate the Patriots because they're good, then stop watching football. There is no reason that anyone should hate I can get it if you don't want them to win. I was rooting for the Rams tonight.
Yeah.
But if you hate them for winning, then you are a poor fan of sports.
Well, you think about this is what every athlete and every coach ever attains to.
Uh-huh.
If you're a coach, you want to be Bill Belichick. I mean, plain simple.
Yeah.
If you're a quarterback, you want to be Tom Brady. Who doesn't want to win 6 Super Bowls?
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to hate. If you're not a fan, it sucks to see him every year. But as just a football player, a sports fan, this is what we attain to. It's the Alabamas.
Yep.
It's the Warriors.
It's the Patriots.
It's the Patriots.
It's the Yankees of the early 2000s.
Yeah. This is what we want to see.
One of my favorite parts of the Super Bowl, no matter who wins or loses, unless my team loses.
Yeah.
It's watching the guys kiss the Lombardi and watching the confetti and watching their families come. Yeah. You play the game to win. It's the tears. It's Patrick Chung of the Patriots who broke his arm. Or I don't know what happened officially, but he got hurt, couldn't play. It's those tears running down because you can't be out there for your team. It's the level.
I saw those raw emotion on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look into next season.
Yep.
Tom Brady gets a year older, but are they the favorites?
Of course they are. Favorites is interesting.
Are they the favorites?
There's no reason why they shouldn't be. I mean,
yeah, because you think Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, the Rams, Saints,
Colts,
heck. Cam Newton will be back.
Shut up.
But how can you bet against the Patriots?
Yeah.
And the playoffs when it comes down to the most important games of the season? How do you bet against the Patriots?
I don't know. What do you think? Let us know. Heading into topic 2, we're going to go into NFL awards. We're going to go into Hall of Fame and maybe a little bit of predictions for next season. Coming at you. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back. Before we jump into NFL awards, Vegas just opened up their odds for next year's championship. Chiefs are number 1 at 6-1 odds to win, and Patriots, Rams, and Saints are tied for second at 8-1. Keep in mind, Patriots are returning pretty much everybody. Maybe not Gronk, but everybody else. And they have 12 picks in the draft.
Yep.
Don't be surprised if they're back in the Super Bowl or back in contention next year.
Don't be dumb. Don't say the dynasty's over. I mean, I know they just won the Super Bowl, but like,
It's not over.
It's freaking New England. Also, I just want to give a shout out to myself. I know I had the freezing cold. I know I had the freezing cold takes of the Super Bowl score and MVP. But Flem, why don't you go ahead and ask me who was my preseason Super Bowl matchup? Why don't you ask me?
Who was your preseason Super Bowl matchup?
Patriots Rams.
I don't remember him ever saying.
Shut up.
Okay, I'll take his word for it. But we got NFL awards. Just a quick recap. Coach of the Year, Matt Nagy for the Chicago Bears. MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Saquon over Baker. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard over Derwin James.
Mm-hmm.
Any surprises, or what are your thoughts?
No surprises. I agree with all of them. I think there are guys who deserve the other ones. I think there's a case for Drew Brees as MVP. My vote would have went to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. In the end, he had too many stats that just put him on the top.
Yeah.
Drew Brees had the completion, maybe the wins, but Mahomes had the yards,
Drew Brees
the touchdowns.
Drew Brees was amazing, and the thing that I'm happy about is Hall of Fame voting can sometimes be determined on MVP or no.
Yeah.
Not winning this MVP doesn't hurt Drew Brees. He's a
It
lock.
doesn't.
He's in the MVP.
Right.
Looking at the other awards, I mean, everyone deserved it. I think the biggest question was it going to be Saquon or was it going to be Baker Mayfield? My vote would have went to Saquon. He was amazing. I think he led the NFL in all-purpose yards as a rookie. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's insane.
See, I see that. I don't know where my vote would have gone, but what I think Baker did this year was amazing.
Yeah.
The Browns, a losing organization for the past few years.
The joking stock of sports.
Yeah.
Not the NFL. Sports.
I mean, Cleveland. No one wants to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Baker, I mean, he's turning that city around.
Literally.
He's turning that football team around as a rookie. That's impressive. Saquon was impressive. He didn't turn the Giants around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard as a running back. But Baker, I mean, he turned it around. I also want to say I'm so happy Darius Leonard won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Thank you, brother.
I saw a lot of people are saying Derwin James. He had a great season.
He
but
did.
Darius Leonard,
All pro.
all pro. I mean, this guy, he killed it.
Yeah.
He was leading the league.
He led the
finish up?
He led the league in tackles by,
Right.
I think it was 19, and he missed a game.
I mean,
Like, he was ridiculous.
I'm so happy he won it. And then Andrew Luck. Who else are you going to give it to?
Yeah, I mean,
He had a great season.
J.J. Watt was in the running for comeback player, but Andrew Luck could have won the MVP. I mean, I'm not going to say he should have at all. Mahomes deserved it, but Luck was in MVP discussion. Like, he was amazing.
Well, okay. Well, then let's switch over to we're going to make a dark horse MVP, early dark horse MVP prediction.
Way too early.
And mine is Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Because of what he did. Comeback player of the year. Turn around the Colts. I mean, he's looking like what he should have been before his injury. What he was before his injury.
Mine is going to be Melvin Gordon, a running back for the Chargers. I know it's really hard for a wild card team to win an MVP, but we're calling it dark horse, and I think he is awesome running back.
Futures
Futures
getting higher
every year. We also want to move into congratulations to the Hall of Famers. I think it got announced last night with the awards. I'm just going to read off the list. Big time congrats. Like we said last week, Hall of Fame is the highest achievement of an individual player. So congrats to Tony Gonzalez, Ed Reed, Champ Bailey, and Ty Law. All four of them played in our generations. They were amazing to watch. They were so much fun. Also, Kevin Mawai, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, and Johnny Robinson. We didn't really interact with them much, but a Hall of Famer is a Hall of Famer. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them. I just want to say a little bit about Ed Reed. The combination of Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, I mean, that was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they got the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Coming up next, we got the NBA. Big news about Anthony Davis and Kristaps Porzingis. But Anthony Davis, could he be on the move to the Lakers? And we got All-Star selections. Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome back to Flem and Lem Sports Podcast. We're moving into the NBA. Big news this week. We got some big-time trades. We're going to start with Anthony Davis, requested a trade out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking Lakers. Maybe. Eventually he'll end up there. But
yeah.
what do you think?
Well, yeah, he said that if he goes anywhere else, it's going to be a rental until he gets with the Lakers. And let's see, AD this year, he's averaging 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. He's number 1 in player efficiency rating in the league this year. And he's second among active players, like career-wise, career average. If they get Anthony Davis, they'll have to give up a lot.
Oh, everything.
But I mean, they're gonna be up there with the Rockets at least. Yeah. I don't know about Warriors, but they'll be in contention. They'll put up a fight.
Oh yeah, I think the first offer that was reported from the Lakers was Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, a pick, and then 2 of their more veteran guys.
Yeah,
I think it was Beasley and Rondo. I could be wrong. That's a good trade. We'll see. I know the Bucks and the Raptors in the East were talking about trying to get them. It depends.
Raptors, that'd be insane.
It would be insane. And I think it'd be insane for the Bucks too, both of them.
Yeah.
You put Kawhi in AD or Giannis in AD. If an East team, if it's one of those teams, that team goes to the finals this year.
Yeah. So stay tuned for more news on that because talks are happening, but not much.
Nothing official, nothing crazy.
But one thing that did happen is Kristaps Porzingis to the Dallas Mavericks from the Knicks. The Dallas Mavericks won that trade. Easy.
Oh, of course. If you want to look at a team that's literally trying to lose, you go look at the New York Knicks. They are so bad.
Yeah.
And they will just get worse. I think Dennis Smith is okay, but the Knicks lost the trade. They are trying to go get 2 max guys.
It's going to be interesting what they do because they're playing. It looks like they're playing for lottery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For Zion.
Yeah.
Or RJ. And they're also going to play for the free agent.
Yes.
Because there's things like does Kyrie want to go there? Does KD want to go there? We'll see about that.
Yep. Shout out to the 2019 EuroLeague champs, the Dallas Mavericks, Luka, Kristaps, and Dirk. Like, come on, go to Europe.
Easy. Come on. Lithuania has no chance. I don't care what ball. I don't care what ball brothers on that team. No chance. Let's go to the All-Stars. First off, shout out to Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade for being special selections for the All-Star team. That's incredible. It's the last dance for Dwayne Wade.
And probably Dirk.
And Dirk.
Awesome move by the NBA. They didn't take anyone's spots because the reserves were announced. They didn't snub anyone. The NBA opened up 2 slots for both. Yeah. Literally awesome. I hope so much that LeBron picks D Wade. I want to see that one more time. And he's going to.
And I can't wait to see Dirk in a dunk contest. But any snubs? Anybody you want to see?
Yes, there is a snub. It's Luka.
He's got a dirty stat back.
Okay.
Second best in the league.
Almost 21 points a game. It's first among rookies. 7 rebounds, second among rookies, and almost 5.5 assists, second among rookies.
Yeah.
Like, and the dude is carrying the Dallas. I know they're not a playoff team.
Oh, yeah.
But like, Dallas was so bad last year, and they're up. They're on the rise. Like, people want to see Luka. Last year was one of the first entertaining All-Star games, like competitive wise. You have to put Luka in that game.
He's a fan favorite. Yep. He's a fan player. One of my subs, Rudy Gobert. Look, this guy last year Defensive Player of the Year. He's second in blocks.
Yep.
He's first in field goal percentage, second defensive win shares, third in defensive rating.
Yep.
LaMarcus Aldridge made it over him.
Good player,
but statistically, Rudy should have been in. We saw his reaction, but that's what we got.
Yeah. I think we are going to. I liked our draft that we did last week. Yeah. The actual draft is this Thursday with Team Giannis and Team LeBron, and I think that next week for Flem and Lem, we're going to draft our own teams and see what we got, see which All-Star team actually wins. So keep tuned for that. That'll be next week. Coming up after the break, we are going to do a little bit of Utah sports recap, and then we're going to get into our last words. Stay tuned.
Let's go. Welcome back. We're about to do our Utah sports recap. Just a little information. We both are based here out of Provo, Utah. We both go to BYU. Huge BYU fans.
Yeah.
So we just decided every week we give you a little bit of a recap of what happened in Utah sports. So this week, BYU got crushed by Gonzaga.
Wasn't close.
93-63. We went to the game. Great to see Gonzaga play, but other than that, not much going on there. BYU struggling.
They beat LMU yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, they're second in their conference right now. Gavin Baxter had 25 points.
Great game.
So he's playing well. Look for him in the future. But Gonzaga wasn't pretty.
Right. Jazz right now 7th in the West. Got beat by the Rockets. James Harden had another big game. And there's some trade talks maybe, but the Jazz looking at Mike Conley and trade for Ricky Rubio and maybe some draft picks. I don't really know how much that helps their team, but just keep an eye on that.
The Jazz need to do something. The West is loaded.
It's loaded.
They need to be careful. I was thinking about it. I don't see him going past 6.
Yeah.
And it's unless they make a move, they don't have much of it.
The West is loaded.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Flem and Lem's last words. I'll go first. R.I.P. to Julius Peppers. He is a Carolina Panther legend. Even went to the University of North Carolina. We love him. Sad to see him retire, but he better be first ballot Hall of Famer. That's my guy. I don't say that much, but he is my guy. Carolina legend. Sad to see him go.
I think he's 4th all time in sacks.
Yeah.
Awesome player. Also played for the Bears and Packers, but he'll be remembered as a Panther.
He's Panther.
He was a treat to watch.
Yeah.
My last words, like Flem said, we are based out of Provo, Utah. I grew up diehard BYU fans. With the Super Bowl tonight, I got to give a shout out to Kyle Van Noy, one of the greatest defensive players BYU has seen.
Yeah.
Probably the best that I have seen in my generation of being a BYU sports fan. He was awesome. Won his 2nd Super Bowl title tonight.
Yeah.
He was drafted by Detroit a few years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't really do well in Detroit. A lot of people thought it wasn't really going to do much. And then Bill Belichick did Bill Belichick things, and he's one of the best. He's one of the best defensive players.
Another big game tonight too. He's not just a member team; he's a contributing member. Had a sack, big play tonight. Shout out to him.
2nd ring. Congratulations, Kyle. Next week, we're going to talk probably more football because football dominates everything. Like I said, we're going to do our draft for the NBA All-Star game. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, Manny Machado and Bryce Harper are going to sign.
Hopefully. MLB baseball. Free agency, a little bit slow, but we'll catch you next week with more news.
Thanks for watching, guys. Let's go.
Let's go.